The Youth Day edition, joining us live here on the SABC News channel. South Africa ranks last in the world when it comes to its quality of maths and science education. According to the 2015 and 2016 World Economic Forum's Global Competitiveness Index, South Africa is ranked last out of 140 countries. It's a shocking statistic for a country that spends a higher proportion of its budget towards educating than the US, UK and Germany. Now a 26-year-old actuarial analyst, Athi Rwexu, hopes to reverse the situation with her new maths application software that aims to enable learners, educators and ordinary people to better visualize and to understand maths.
Maths anxiety is a real and a serious problem for many learners in South Africa. It's a daunting subject that often leaves them with feelings of apprehension and fear. But now, with mathematics being regarded as a priority subject all over the world, is there a case of improvement for South Africa when it comes to maths? Athi Rwexu from the Eastern Cape seems to think so.
Mathematics itself is a language, all right? So when you speak about the x's and the y's and the plus and the minuses, that is the language. That is the mathematical language. Like calculus is a language, algebra is its own language, geometry is its language. But it's the explanation then of explaining such concepts maybe in a language that learners will understand. Maths is its own language, so the person who's teaching it needs to understand that mathematical language in the first place.
But the number of black pupils taking higher grade maths and science continues to decline year in and year out, as weaker pupils are encouraged to switch to standard grade.
Now there's a trend where learners are actually changing from pure maths to maths literacy, and now apparently some learners even opt not to take maths because the generic understanding of the maths concepts seems that either there's no person to particularly explain it properly.
Athi believes thinking of maths and education purely in economic terms is the way to go for the country.
All of these jobs that are available, that there's a shortage in terms of skills, they actually do require maths, right? So now what happens is that our education system unfortunately produces very, like learners with just averages or just maths that is subpar, which means they continuously get these they get other degrees and then they become unemployed or unemployable because they've got degrees that are in excess supply. So the labor force can, consume so much of them, and then then it just creates a lot of structural unemployment in that sense.
Athi has since developed a mathematics application software that aims to help learners, educators and ordinary people visualize and to better understand maths using their phones, tablets and personal computers.
Sigma X basically is, you can download it if you're in any grade from pretty much like from grade 6 all the way to matric, and you just download it once, and what it does is that it gives you the practical part about mathematics. So we've used graphics and we've used animations, which means that you can see a little bit of cartoons in the math. You can, so it's pretty much very visual, so to help learners understand it.
But does the app help to bridge the educational gap that was created by apartheid? Are we not leaving learners to their own devices with the introduction of this app?
Basically, the app does not replace the teacher, does not replace the textbook, it does not replace anything as is in terms of what is done by the Department of Education. It's just a study aid, right, to just help learners have an appetite towards maths.
The app, which will officially be launched in July, does however require one to have data all the times to be fully operational. Zinzu Swamani, SABC News, Johannesburg.